welcome back to our channel. I'm Anya.
And I'm Milan.
And today we are going to be recapping the sad tie against Newcastle. We tied this morning 2-2. Really horrendous, awful, ratchet, all those bad adjectives of a game.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Coming off of an international break. First, I guess, before we even get into this, just want to apologize. It really has been a little bit of a break since we've been on. Things have been quite busy. And
Spurs have sucked.
Spurs
so
have really
welcome.
sucked. It has not been such a easy endeavor to get on and talk because they've been so bad. And since we last spoke, they've actually had a decent run of form in the Premier League. But what happened?
We're basically out of all other competitions, except we have the Carabao Cup final. But
that's right. We had a disastrous, getting knocked out of the Europa League, and we had an international break. And we're looking forward to this game coming back, and we're like, okay, we're gonna get back on the from Jersey to the lane.
We're here anyways.
We're here anyways, and we were excited to be filming. Thought maybe we would be filming victorious return against Newcastle, but
no. So let's just get into things before we all start questioning even further why we ever became Spurs fans in the first place. Okay, so what did you think about the first half?
I guess, lineup wise, I wasn't surprised that he went with a pretty similar lineup to what we did against Villa, but it just didn't work. I think we really... he really ball control. I feel like, in that position you have to be able to fluidly move the ball and
hold it, and he just can't do it.
Yeah. And I'd say that we were, the whole game, we were fortunate to go into halftime winning 2-1. Obviously the response to going down was positive, but
we need to have that all the time, and it can't just be when we concede. Something that I saw in the first half, we didn't start horribly. We had a lot of chances. It's just that our final decision was not good enough. Nobody wanted to take a shot. Nobody wanted to make a mistake, really, and it just led to mistakes.
Yeah. I agree. I think that we definitely had, Newcastle came out, they certainly weren't playing defensively at all, and they seemed like they could open us up pretty easily defensively. But on the flip side, we were able to then counter, but we couldn't really do anything positive with the counters for the most part. And they definitely had the better chances. Lloris made that great save off the header, and then the follow up. But yeah, defensively, what did you think?
Sanchez it's really just depends on the day. He's so inconsistent. He was consistent for about 5 games, and it's just gone downhill from there. The combination of Sanchez and Tanganga on the right side it's really bad. Even though Rodon and Reguilon didn't really have the best games, I thought that Rodon had a decent game.
Yeah.
But that side is so obviously so much stronger defensively, and you can see the first goal that Newcastle scored. That should never, ever happen. Yeah. And let's just talk about the goals for a sec. That goal, the first goal that Newcastle scored, that was awful. We kind of saw it coming with how the game was going, but then we did have a good bounce back. I think that Kane's first goal was kind of lucky. It wasn't a great ball, but things happen that way, and his second goal was really nice.
Yeah. And then the hope would be we come out in the second half and Vinicius goes out, Son comes in, and you want to start seeing that we're on the front foot, and wasn't there. So it was really a really disappointing, I would say a very hard to watch performance, even when they were winning 2-1, and even if they had gone on to win the game. I feel like I was still in the mindset that this was a very disappointing performance, and obviously you take 3 points if you can get 3 points, and it would have moved us into the top 4 and all that stuff. But they looked very bad. It does not give me a tremendous amount of confidence heading into what is a tougher stretch of our schedule. This was the game we really needed to get 3 points, and
I mean, it was extremely obvious to me that we were going to concede. This is such a pattern that Spurs fall into, that we're winning by one, and then we just get stuck in the back, and the pressure's on and on and on. We don't know how to deal with it. And Sanchez literally kicking the ball out into corners, literally, he has no thought process.
Yeah. All right, so quickly, player ratings. We don't have to go through all of them, but just you can see them up on the screen.
Okay,
Hans, you want to give me some highlights?
Yeah, so here's my player ratings. Obviously, you can see how poorly I rated Tanganga and Sanchez. I thought they both had awful performances. I have no idea what's going on with RA. Sorry, guys, not updated on that. Probably should be, but he needs to get back. I love RA, but anyways.
Yeah, I don't know that there is any update, really. I think that it's not clear why he wasn't playing. So I think he had a busy international break. Maybe he just needed a rest. I don't know.
And then I did give Kane a 7 because he scored 2 goals, so that upped his rating, but also he should have had another goal in the 80th minute.
Yeah.
And then Vinicius I gave a 3 because he was awful, but then Son came in and really didn't do much better, so that's kind of the outline of my ratings.
Yeah, I think pretty similar. Maybe up we're 1 or 2 off in a given thing or a given player. I think defensively, Rodon was the only somewhat bright point. Even Reguilon, I feel like the quality of his deliveries down the line were not
better.
They were not as good, and he definitely got beat a decent amount defensively. Our midfield, we gave the ball away, not infrequently, and gave them opportunities. So, and I gave Bale a 0 just because obviously he came on late. I mean, him coming on for that free kick. I mean, it was obviously it's not easy to come in and take a free kick right off the bench, but he could not have looked less intense, or it was a terrible effort. So I know it's not fair to give him a 0, or other people played terribly all game and got 3s, but I just thought he sucked. So. And so what do we have looking forward here? So, again, Chelsea.
So it's a hard stretch.
Chelsea lost yesterday, so, we're now 2 points back of 4th, more or less tied with Liverpool. West Ham play later today. They, if they win, they could jump into 4th, and obviously mathematically we're still in there, right?
Yeah, for sure. But we can't have any more of these horrible performances.
Yeah, this was our easiest, kind of game left on our schedule. So we still, we play Manchester United next week. Then we have Everton, and then we have Southampton. It gets tougher. So hopefully this is just a little bit of a wake-up call. We get back on the training ground. We don't have midweek games.
Yeah,
which is, I guess, a positive here.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We know that this isn't the best result to be coming back at you with, but we are so grateful for all of your support, and we can't wait to see you next time. Love you, Spurs fans.
Bye.